My name's Tyler. I'm 20 years old. I've been living in New Zealand my whole life in a whole bunch of different areas, meeting a whole bunch of different people and seeing a whole bunch of different things. And I generally just find myself as someone who just enjoys interacting with the world around them and the people that live in it. Haven't actually had many female friends or been in many female heavy social groups. I've kind of just hung out with dudes mostly. But in hanging out with mostly dudes, yeah, there is a sense that we don't really talk about it. And even when you do ask your mates, like, how are you, bro? And that sort of thing. Oh yeah, I'm all good. And it's always, everyone's always all good. And you sit there and you go, yeah, but I know that he's got exams at the moment and his mum's currently sick and all these other crazy things going on. He's living in a shit place, he's financially fucked. Everything can't be all good all the time for everyone. And so I think a lot of guys, because of the whole masculinity thing and everyone's always trying to out-macho the next guy, and it's not macho to cry. It's not macho to fucking not be able to get off your floor for an hour and a half because you're sobbing about your ex. But that's important stuff to talk about, and which isn't really an option at the moment, is, you know, talking to your mates, being like, dude, I'm so down right now, I just need someone. And the fact that I've put that offer out to every single one of my male friends and no one has ever taken it up, I don't know, it concerns me. Because people have got shit going on. You know, you hear about it when everyone's drunk, because that's when everyone's okay to open up, and it's okay to be not masculine anymore because, hey, we're drunk. But yeah, I think the whole society role of being a dude is a lot of immense pressure, because you've got to act tough. And if you're struggling with something at work and you can't express it, you can't vocalize that, because then you're just a bitch and you need to harden up and eat some concrete pills, bro. So I think, yeah, definitely being a male and being surrounded by a lot of male friends is it can cut you off from getting help. Depression for me is like, it's like a dark cover that just like envelops you and drapes over everything in your life. And it's this big heavy wet blanket that you carry around everywhere, and it's suffocating and it's too much and you want to get it off, but nothing you do can shake it off. And it makes everything hard, and it makes everything slow, and everything sucks, and it's cold, and it just feels like this big rotting cavity inside your chest that you carry around all day. Like, it can get real bad, for me anyway, with depression. The depression leads basically straight to being suicidal. As soon as my mood drops below me being normal, having normal, regular emotions, getting sad because of things. When I get sad because of nothing, I get really sad, and that's when the suicidal kicks in. That's always like a red exit door, and it's like a fire exit, and you're sitting there and you're looking at it, and it makes you feel safe because the option is always there, but are you ever going to use it? Like, it's scary to think of ever having to use a fire exit in a real emergency situation, and that's the same with being suicidal and depressed. You know, you're so worn down and you've been carrying this wet blanket and this weight around for so long that you just want to release, and the only option is to just not exist. I've even had times where I feel like there's two people in that like lives in my head. And one is me when I'm happy, and one's the other me when I'm not happy, because my moral code, my beliefs, my thought patterns, everything is completely different when I'm depressed. I can't think rationally, I can't think logically. Life, there's no future, all my past is terrible. I can't even think of a good memory when I'm feeling like the lowest of the low. And that's I think that's the worst thing about depression, is it shows levels of darkness and sadness that you couldn't have previously even comprehended. Like, you didn't even know that you could get that sad. You didn't even know that sadness could hurt you physically. Sick of being depressed, dude. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I just got so fucking over it that I was like, fuck this. I can't die. There's too many people that care about me and who I've influenced and I've touched, and then I've fucked too many people up, and I probably caused depression and probably another suicide by me killing myself. So I need to sort my shit out and love life before I get to the point where it's too late and I'm in too deep. So then nothing can stop me. Nothing is going to stop me from getting happy. Hell or high water, I'm going to be fucking happy. It's going to take a lot of time. But like once you've recognized the steps and you realize what you need to do to get yourself to where you want to be, then you just go for it. And every time you get knocked back down and you feel like you want to end it all and everything sucks, you just get back up. And you get knocked back down again and you get back up. And that's what life's about. You just ride the roller coaster. Yeah, I think a lot about getting through that mood is just recognizing that it's just intrusive thoughts. And it's just bad shit rearing its ugly head in the back of your mind, and you can just, because it's always going to be there, but it's important to be able to have the skills and the self-awareness to be able to shove it back into its place. Distraction is actually a really good one. As much as people could, say it's just bottling, you're not. It's just not dwelling, because you can you can easily sit there and think yourself into a terrible mood. If you let yourself, you can just sit there and be perfectly fine and then just start thinking about the wrong stuff. And so the important thing is to catch yourself, use mental override in your own head and say, stop, I'm not thinking about these thoughts. And if you can't think of anything happy, if you can't take yourself away to a happy place, thinking about the cool trips you've had and stuff like that, then it's better to just do something or read something or go for a walk on the beach and just look and just become present into like the world around you and just interact with things. Look at the pretty lights reflecting off the trees and the sea or whatever. I also think being physically well is really important, because all your thoughts and all your emotions and all your head chemistry is what determines your mood and your feelings. All those chemical reactions that are going on inside your head to spark off mood and depression, happiness, that all comes from the nutrients that you put inside your body and how healthy you are and how readily available that is. So if your body and your brain is exhausted and malnourished, then it's not going to be able to keep you happy. You're going to just drop and slide into these dark places really easily. And I'm not saying that being healthy and being a gym nut and running every day and that sort of thing is going to make you happy, but it's definitely going to allow the healing process to be easier. Number one, it gets better. Number two, it will always get better. And number three, going up and down in life is normal, and your downs are how you can distinguish your happies. So if you don't get down, then you'd have nothing to ever compare with being happy. So the people that hit the lowest points will also hit the highest. And I think that's something to really focus on. And then remember when you're feeling the worst, is that, the natural order of the way things work in life in general is that good shit is gonna happen. Whether you want it to or not, at some point, good things are gonna happen, because you can't stop that. And it's just important to focus on really the small things, all the little tiny bits that make life beautiful, like raindrops on leaves and the sound of wind through trees and that sort of thing. And just having a good conversation with the right people. It's all really important stuff. I mean, getting a big house and having a big car, that sounds great. But at the end of the day, you still have your mind to live in. And you can't get out of here. So you got to make this home. Let's get wrecked!